Biafra, superstars, media.
A human being being sliced into two. Can you imagine such a thing? Biafra is going to emerge as a nation. You know, despite the support of Britain, Russia, Egypt, and some other friends of Nigeria, we all will surely come out as a nation because we are fighting a just cause. Even a little child on the street will tell you this. We shall never go back to Nigeria again. God's grace will surely emerge as a nation. And so, as far as this war continues, we'll fight to the last man.
Of the Biafra government, please, the media team, always flash those speaking on the screen, please. Today, being the 24th and 24, we are going to be passing making a very important decision today as we approach the convention and, of course, in preparation for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. My fellow cabinet members of the Biafra government, honorable ministers, head of department, I welcome all of you today. Without wasting your time, I would like to let every one of us here to know that the impunity of the Nigeria state is coming to an end by various decisions and various steps and measures that this government will take in order to protect, defend our land, protect our women and children, and our properties and lives. For this reason, Nigeria have represented anarchy, criminality, evil, corruption, especially in Biafra land and against Biafra people. We have seen and witnessed several and thousands disappearances of Biafra people, where they are kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to far away northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria and locked up, imprisoned, without trial, without any justification. And for that reason, the Biafra government will be taking a very decisive steps and decision today in order to bring that impunity to an end. On this note, I am moving a motion this afternoon without wasting your time, a motion to give 2 hours to the for them to be returned back to Biafra land with immediate effect. In addition to this, failing to bring all Biafran that have been kidnapped in the name of arrest or with whatever nomenclature, after 72 hours, we will evict every judges that is not from Biafra land, residing in Biafra land. We will also lock down the entire court that represent Nigeria. We are going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Warri Judicial Court. We will lock down the Court of Appeal, Oka Judicial Court. We are also going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Enugu Judicial Division, the Federal High Court in the entire Southeast to start with. After that, we will proceed to the South-South. We will also lock down the entire National Industrial Court in the entire Southeast and South-South comprising of Biafra. After this, we will move to customary court. So anybody that is in this court and you are not a Biafran, you are serving, you are sent or posted to Biafra land, to come to Biafra and preside over any case. Believe me, after the time that we are going to be voted for today, after that time elapses, your security will not be guaranteed. Our demand is very simple. From Nnamdi Kanu down to the lowest person must be transferred to Biafra land with immediate effect. We will begin to correct this impunity on the issue that when somebody is alleged to commit a crime, there is a jurisdiction. If you claim that somebody committed a crime in the southeast, as you have given them, the person must be tried in that jurisdiction in the southeast. Somebody cannot be abducted from the southeast, sent to northern Nigeria, where he will be denied access to justice, he will be denied access to lawyers, he will be denied access to everything. You lock the person up where the so-called crime were committed in a different region. That is ending today. The Biafra government will be voting on this particular issue I have mentioned. So, my fellow cabinet members, as a government, it is a priority for us to protect the interests of our people, to give them justice, fairness, equity, which Nigeria government have denied them. On this note, I move a motion to give 72 hours to every judges of the Court of Appeal in Owerri, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Oka, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Enugu Judicial Division, every judges of the Federal High Court in the Southeast and South-South, every judges of the National Industrial Court in the entire Southern region. If you support this motion that the Nigeria government is giving 72 hours to repatriate and return every Biafran that is being detained somewhere in the northern Nigeria and beyond. After 72 hours, these judges must vacate Biafra land with immediate effect. If you are for this motion, please, can we see your hands up? And the media team, can you put everybody on the screen so we can be able to see the hand before we go into our electronic voting that is not available at this point? Thank you. The floor is open for comment to support, in support, or against this motion. Thank you. Honorable members, the COS, you can coordinate this.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, His Excellency. The floor is open to support or go against this motion. If you have any comments, this is the time to make that. If not, we'll go ahead. You can use the reaction button on the bottom of the Zoom to raise your hand. And Adinam, you can go ahead and do the counting and then do the reporting for Adinam, if you're available, please.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can go ahead and do the counting and do the reporting.
So the media team, can we see the entire members present in the cabinet on the screen as well? It has to be changed all the time. Thank you.
Okay, all the media.
Please, Dr. Ngazi, co-host me on Ajere Raphael.
Yes, you are.
No? Okay, good, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, we have 40. I mean, we have 33 out of 44.
Okay, if we go to the second page of the meeting, we have 2 pages for this cabinet meeting. If you don't know how to use the reaction button, you can drop a chat or let us know. We still got, we want everybody, those that want to raise up their hand, to do so. Those that do not want to raise their hand, we want to capture 46 people on this meeting. We are 46. So those for and against, we want it to total to 46. And those that abstain, it's okay to abstain too. Okay. Let's go. Okay, can go ahead. Adinam.
Yeah, we have 39 out of 44.
40 what?
39 out of 44. I don't know about Algeria.
Okay, so we
My hand
have...
is already raised. My hand is raised. I'm using two devices, so my hand is raised on one. So.
Oh, you're using two devices. Okay, good. All right, so we have...
my hand is raised too.
Ebenezer. Okay, we have Pastor Anyaso, no hand. Mazuche from Europe, no hand. Okay, so we can go ahead. And
viewers.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Pastor
go ahead. Anyaso.
Hello,
yes.
Pastor. I think he's having difficulties in operating his phone because he has.
Yes, I've already raised it before, but I don't know why.
Okay, are you for or against the motion, Pastor Anyaso?
I am for the motion. I want the people.
Okay,
to be
thank
released.
you so much. That's okay. We just want to capture that. Thank you so much. Just real Ugo, we didn't see your hand. Just real. Okay. So let us see. Okay, go ahead, Paul Adinam, please.
Yeah, you just will go. That's 43 out of 44.
Okay. So we have just one person. Okay, you can.
All right. I think this is a pass mark already. Ugo probably is having problem with his system. So, on this note, the Biafra government in exile and Biafra de facto government in the homeland today has voted to communicate to the Nigeria state that within 72 hours, they must return every Biafran that is being detained across Nigeria, from the northern Nigeria, from Abuja to the Yoruba land, back to the Biafra territory where they were abducted, where they were captured, where they were abducted and transferred to all these places where they are being illegally detained today without trial. I hereby confirmed that this particular communication will be communicated through the media, print media, and other medium and platform to the knowledge of the Nigeria state. Thank you very much, cabinet members, honorable ministers of the Biafra government. I thank you all for understanding the importance of this particular motion. The next motion is the lockdown of this impunity institution that has brought only anarchy, insecurity, criminality in Biafra land. We have seen how this institution that's supposed to bring justice, fairness, equity to the people have turned our land to a war zone. The example of it is the coming of Hope Uzodinma of Imo State. This particular institution was used to bring Hope Uzodinma from 4th place to the 1st position in Imo State. And today, the entire region has witnessed the highest insecurity, the killings, maiming of our people, even more than what happened in the Civil War, during the Civil War. For this reason, after 72 hours has expired, and Nnamdi Kanu'S is still in Abuja, and other Biafrans, thousands of Biafra people are still detained in Minna, in Niger State, and other facilities of the Nigeria state. 72 hours will elapse. Can you, the cabinet member, tell me from now when is the 72 hours elapsing? It is not going to be very 72 hours exact, but on the, days, 3 days from now.
Yeah.
This is Thursday, so we'll give them from now till the Sunday, 27th of October 2024. From the 28th of October 2024, we are locking down the entire federal court in the southeast comprising Biafra land. I move this motion for the safety, security, and stability of our region. If you support this motion, let your hand go up.
Reactions. All right.
Can I say something, Prime Minister?
Go ahead.
Okay. Since Sunday is not a working day, let the 3 days expire on Monday. So they have 3 working days, legitimate 3 working days. And then we start implementation from Tuesday. So they won't have any excuse to say Saturday and Sunday they did not. So let's give them 3 working days.
Thank you very much.
Monday to sit at home.
No, for them it's not sit at home. For us it is. They work normally.
Thank you very much, Honorable. I don't know for that observation, and I believe that is in line with what we are doing. So that particular observation is well noted, and on that note, the correction will be made from the Tuesday, which is the 29th of October 2024. The observation is in line and well noted. So thank you very much. Is there any other observation or comment? So we can conclude on the amendment and move forward.
Yes. Should not be 72 hours, because 72 hours is more than 3-4 days. If we can't buy it.
Okay, yeah, 72 hours, Honorable case 3 days. So, let us go ahead and,
Saturday. Okay, are we counting Saturday as well?
No, okay, we will not, it is not going to be in hours, it will be now in days. So, the motion will be corrected that we are raising a motion for us to give the Nigeria state, if they refuse to return Biafrans within 72 hours, which elapsed on Sunday. And then after Sunday, and Nnamdi Kanu is still in Abuja and have not been returned in Biafra land and in Biafra territory, where they claim he's fighting for Biafra, that is a jurisdiction, if there is any crime at all. If Nnamdi Kanu is not returned to the southeast between now and the Sunday, then on the 29th of October, which is Wednesday, we will lock down the entire federal court in the entire territory of Biafra. We will lock down the entire court of appeal under Nigeria federal government in Biafra land. We will lock down the entire court of appeal in Enugu, Oka, Owerri. We will lock down the entire federal high court, the entire Biafra territory. We will lock down the entire national industrial court in the entire territory until further notice. And what it means is that if you go there, Biafra will visit you in your homes. I am telling you the fact. So this motion I'm moving now for adoption by the government. Thank you.
Yeah, PM 29th is Tuesday.
29th is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, so let's...
Thank you, PM. My hand is up. Where I am right now, I already raised my hand in any motion that is approved by the cabinet. Thank you, PM.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go ahead. Adinam, please go ahead and count the hands. You can use the reaction button to raise your hand, or if you're having a problem, let us know so that Honorable Paul can capture your count, please. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, we have 40 out of 44. Oh, okay, now, hold on. 42 out of 44.
Okay, 42 out of 44. Okay, so just real, Ugo, there's no reaction from you yet. Otuamwanya, there's no reaction from you yet. Is it on purpose? Are you having problem with your...
Ugo is in the studio. So
okay, we just want to confirm from them. That is fine. Okay, so both hands are up. Paul, go ahead, Honorable. Okay, great. 44 out of 44. Yeah, thank you.
All right. So with the approval of the Biafra government in exile, and of course, the Biafra de facto government in homeland, as we are on the path to restore peace, stability, justice, and fairness in our land. On this note, if Nigeria state refused to return Biafrans that have been abducted, many of them have been detained for the past 10 years without trial in a different jurisdiction. According to them, if they refuse to return them by the 27th of this month, which is Sunday, on the 29th of this month being Tuesday, from 6 a.m. Biafra time, we are going to lock down this court that has been mentioned indefinitely. And any day we see that court open, they will be raised down. And if it didn't happen, make a bend.
Wow. All right.
Thank you very much, fellow Biafran.
Thank you so
The
much.
entire cabinet, I thank you very much for understanding the importance of this, because the delegitimization of Nigeria have to go to the next level. And you cannot be using a judicial system, supposedly judicial system that's supposed to give justice, fairness, and equity to the people against them. This institution has brought anarchy, insecurity, killings, and what have you in our land. And therefore, we are going to be taking them one at a time. And today we have made history. It's going to go down in the history. We will wage war against this institution until they are all gone in our land. And Biafra government will bring in a solution, an alternative to the problem of our people. I so rest my case today and hereby move an adjournment of this meeting. Any second?
Myself.
I seconded.
Bishop.
All right, I think CAS, you can round up and let's move on. Let's move on.
All right.
I hope they got the message.
All right, thank you so much.
Got the message.
All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, cabinet members, for this all-important meeting. Thank you so much for your presence, and thank you so much, His Excellency, for putting Biafra first and the interests of Biafra first. On this note, we are going to bring this meeting to an end. Thank you so much, cabinet members, and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And the secretary, please, can we have this in print so it can be forwarded to all the media houses for their information and acknowledgements? Thank you.
Thank you so much, PM. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
There you have it, my people. There you have it. We have heard from the Prime Minister and his cabinet in a very urgent emergency meeting that was held, where they discussed the affairs of the Federal High Court of that zoo called Nigeria, superseding all cases in the state high courts around the Biafra territory. For the fact that Biafra, we are now going home, we are now having a separate nation. It is high time we start to control all the affairs of Biafra locally. So going forward, Nigeria now has 72 hours. The Federal High Court of Nigeria, according to the Biafra Republic government in exile in the cabinet meeting, they now have 72 hours to transfer all the cases, all Federal High Court cases, back to the local states. That means in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, whichever situation they have with him, it must be tried or transferred to Abia State, which should be the Umuahia High Court. My fellow Biafrans, this is how it's done in the Western world, that if you have any situation locally, it will be dealt with locally. It is only when, for example, in America, when you have the FBI chasing on somebody, trailing somebody who is going from state to state, interstates, doing crime, that's when you have the so-called, when they call it the feds, are after you. Feds means, the federal coming for you. That's the only time you are allowed to have a so-called case taken from your local state to the federal. That's the only time. You don't have any local affairs being handled in the federal. So we are saying all the Biafran cases still pending, still being heard in the Federal High Court, must be transferred to the various states in Biafra land. To my Prime Minister, I second this as well. I was there observing, watching, and I was glad when this was agreed by all those attendees. My PM, it is high time we do what is right, because Biafra is coming and there is no way we can allow Nigeria to interfere in the affairs of Biafra. It makes no sense for any Biafran case, I repeat, any court case of a Biafran to be in the federal. It makes no sense. It's a misnomer. It means, for example, America and Canada. If someone is in Canada, a citizen of Canada, now having to go into a case to hear a case in America, that makes no sense. From the 2nd of December, the world must start seeing Biafra as a new nation. So this will also go and rub into the so-called their police system. It will go into the different services they have in that so-called Nigeria. We are saying we don't want them in the land of Biafra. It goes out to their army as well. My PM, I would love this to extend to all the armed forces of Nigeria not being wanted, not needed in Biafra land, because that will be a conflict of interest. From the 2nd of December, we shall be a brand new nation, ordained by God, by the people, seconded by the people, supported by the people. And we are saying no more interference from Nigeria. So our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, a man as you all know, all he did was local and international. When he did his rally, it was done locally. When he spoke about Nigeria on Radio Biafra during those days, it was done from Umuahia, Abia State. And when he went abroad, when they chased him in a bid to take his life, he went abroad to England. And all his broadcast was done from England. So we are saying that Nigeria government, the federal government, has no business in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. If they want to try him according to their charade court, it must be done locally, where the so-called crime was committed. This is how it's done in the civil world, in a civilized world, in a nation that respects the rule of law, obeys and adheres to the rule of law, in a place where there is no bigger man or smaller man, no bigger I or smaller you. But because Nigeria is a contraption, everything you do, it goes to the federal, because you know the witch hunting tactics used by the federal government to that so-called Nigeria, which is why we are saying no more of that nonsense. When Biafra comes, everything will be dealt with locally, unless there is no court in that state. So far, we have all the states in Biafra land. We are saying when Biafra comes, all affairs, all legal hearings, affairs, cases in the courts will be dealt locally. That's how it's done in the Western world. So my Biafrans, I want us to support this movement, this notion. We must support our Prime Minister and his cabinet. They took their time to come out in the public. It was an emergency meeting and they did it in the public for the whole world to see that what we do is clean. Nothing to hide on this one. They've given out these 72 hours and it is counting. To Nigeria, you have heard from the Biafran people. To Nigeria, you now see how and where we stand when it comes to your so-called judicial system. We are telling you and we have declared, according to our Prime Minister and his cabinet, the government of Biafra, we have declared that you must transfer all the cases, all the federal cases of any Biafran that you are holding in custody. Those cases must be transferred back to Biafra land. If not, you heard the consequences from the government. You heard what they said. If not, you know the outcome and the consequences. My fellow Biafrans, I will leave it there because we believe this message has gone out and now they've gotten the message. The 72 hours is counting, and by God's grace, when it is done, we shall know who is who, which is which, and who controls the land of Biafra. May God bless you, and thank you very much.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Lugard, Bloomington, Lord Lugard, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Odudua, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.